The main difference between Capricorn and Aquarius is that Capricorn represents the old and proven way of doing things, whereas Aquarius has to do with the new and improved way of doing things. Aquarius is a more visionary sign, and Capricorn is a more relying on the past and the proven history sign. And so as Pluto goes back into Capricorn, I'm looking at the ways my strategies have worked. Strategies for healing, strategies for business. We're taking a look at everything that has functioned so far, not only for ourselves and in the world, and we're seeing it in a new lens, because with this Pluto in Aquarius, we had new visions for ourselves, our communities, and our world. And so now it's time to reflect and take a look at what things about this old way of living and being and working are going to work for this new phase of life, and which things can be thrown away. So this is precisely the time that you have to take into account what you're leaving in the old world and what you're bringing into the new world. And you have to reflect and decide. This also includes outdated forms of warfare and control, qualities that have destroyed our society like greed. The way I find it easy to think about is that Capricorn, it represents traditional Saturn, whereas Aquarius represents Saturn, but with a Uranian flair. It's more impersonal and new world. So while we enter back into Capricorn in this retrograde, we're going to experience more of these old institutions such as Hollywood coming back into the forefront. And then when it enters back into Aquarius, as it's direct, then we will see again the falling and crumbling of some of these old world powers. And so this is a great opportunity for people to not freak out and not dread it, but for you to reflect on yourself and what you want to do, what you want to take, what you want to throw away. What do you want to let go of? Maybe part of the old world is hanging on to youth, and you want to say, no, I want to embrace growing older and being a woman, or whatever it is. You have to decide what you want to let go of, and don't be afraid to surrender to those goals. You want to take a look at where Pluto is in your chart. Is it staying in the same house? Is it going back into the previous house? What's going on? And then what transits, what aspects is it making to other planets that you work with? So for example, my Pluto it's staying in the third house where it is already. And I have to think about the ways that I communicate with people. This deals with how I communicate, whether it's reels, writing, communication, writing people messages, emailing them, sending them WhatsApps. It's like all of these little things. What is the most effective way for me to get my information out and get what I want from the people around me, or serve the people around me? And the issue I've been running into is that people will take one word from my entire message, dissect it to try to disprove me. And this happened today and it's happened recently in the past. And I'm like, so I'm trying to teach people to be confident, and you're taking one word that I used and then saying, oh, but yada, 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 yada. It's like, yeah, bitch, but you've missed the entire point, fixating on one word. And then I have to control myself, learn how to not give a shit, and also how I can communicate better that people don't get distracted by tiny things. I have to say the lesson around that is that people act this way. They want to comment things like that because they're just engaging. They don't realize that they're being haters. It's very subconscious, and they're going to forget that they even talked to you that way, or they're going to feel like a tinge of embarrassment when they think about what they responded when you decided to speak out. Because it takes courage to be on here and to speak from the heart and all of that. The solution for me is not to silence myself or not speak my heart. It's about getting that social buffer that no matter what they throw at me, I can throw shit back. So in the future, I will definitely be less nice when people have annoying comments, like what I received today. Yeah. So, Pluto is icky. Pluto is not smooth. It's not easy. It's permanently transforming you. It's breaking you down so that you develop your personality and your fighting style. All of that. It's Martian. Pluto is Martian, and it's in another Saturnian Uranian energy. Okay. So please take it easy.